right.
Standards and standard.
So, moving along to non-sports topics.
Oh,
What do you guys think is the number one relationship killer?
I think the
Who
person
put this in there?
who's engaged right now should answer this first.
You think it's what?
I think the
Who's
person who's
engaged right now? That's crazy.
What?
I said
That
I think the person
relationship's
who's
not dead.
engaged should answer this first.
What are you trying to say, Tobias?
Yeah, I don't like what.
Because she got a ring. Jamie, flash it. Come on.
Going up to her.
Flash. The lady got a ring on. Y'all got rings?
We're men.
You got. Well, the point is you're not engaged. Are you engaged? No. So let's hear what Jamie got to say first.
Number one killer is not having any trust, for sure. You can say communication all day, but if you don't trust your person, it's just not going to work. Communication goes into that, but
I was about to ask you.
it's trust. Like, you have to be able to trust your person, and it comes with time, and it's hard to, like, if you have baggage or whatever. So I don't know. I think like bringing your baggage from past traumas or whatever too is a killer, because it makes you not trust someone based on what someone else did to you, which isn't fair. So it's trust. Like, you have to trust them. And I don't know, if you don't have it or they don't have it, it's just not going to work no matter what. It's not, because they're going to have some sort of way that they feel about you or vice versa, which is going to cause them to feel some sort of way back, or vice versa. Does that make
Builds
sense?
up resentment.
Yes. You can only be, I don't know. If you don't trust them, you're just going to make up the scenarios in your head, and the person's going to know what you think about them, and it's only going to make them feel, it doesn't work. You have to have trust. Regardless of everything else, you have to have trust.
I like that, Jamie.
I know.
Because I was going to say communication. So, like you said, it kind of goes hand in hand. But if I'm not going to say communication, I feel like probably social media.
Ooh.
Just more so in today's society. I haven't personally dealt with it, but it's like you see a lot of people, you talk to people, and it's more so people just have these unrealistic expectations of what they think something should be like, instead of just experiencing it with the person and growing and building and working on stuff. But because so-and-so is over here looking like they have the perfect relationship, you comparing yourselves to them. You want to do everything they do, or you want to do this because they do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't want to put that 100% on it, but that's what it seems to be a lot of nowadays.
I mean, no relationship is perfect, no matter what social media will tell you or what. Like, everyone has problems. You just have to, like, be mature enough to say, one, not every relationship's the same or is gonna look the same, because it's not. Like, it's just not. And it's okay, because that can be someone's perfect relationship, but that's not my perfect relationship or yours or yours.
Right. Exactly.
But, like, I think people need to be mature enough to realize that it's not going to be perfect. And just because it's not doesn't mean, okay, well, it's probably never going to get better then, and then just leave to find your couple months of happiness before it gets bad again. Like, not bad, but there's going to be stuff that you have to grow and, like, work together to fix, because some of it is very trivial, or, like, it's always going to be a problem, but it's not like a make it or break it problem.
Right.
I don't know. You're right, though. Social media, like, everyone just puts their perfect life on social media.
Exactly. Like, once people realize that, then they'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, you put all your best moments. You don't put when y'all ready to
cry yourself to
throw
sleep.
some bows at each other. Something you ain't putting that on social media.
Right.
Yeah. That is true.
Tobias.
It's just funny how you just leap into the camera, Tobias.
I think
Let's hear it, buddy.
I tweet this. I feel like I tweet this like once a month, honestly, because I remind myself of it. But I feel like it's pride, honestly. I feel like a lot of people especially in the early stages. That's what really kills them pretty early is pride, because you want to be seen as you have all the answers, or like, that there's nothing wrong with you. Let me give you an example. Now, I'm not picking on any sex here. I'm picking on any sex here. But like, actually, no, I'm gonna say sex. Like, me, ask your significant other, hey, so and so, what's wrong? And they go, oh, nothing. And they could be they're agitated, or hey, I don't want to make this a big issue. I feel like I can handle it myself. Or like maybe you need help on something at work or something, and you don't admit there's a problem. I feel like pride is a big issue with it, and that leads into communication. You feel like you can handle it yourself, or you feel like it's, this is too small for, I'm too big to, to let this bother myself. That stuff builds up and builds up, and it builds resentment. So like pride, I think, and communication are tied in with like that. To build on Malin's point too with social media, I had a friend tell me that was interesting. She's a girl. She was saying that she feels like she said she feels like rings, like engagement rings, like the whole concept is kind of evil or bad. I didn't agree with it, but I got her what she was trying to say. She said that because like a lot of people, a lot of her friends and stuff, they've put off marriage and stuff because they couldn't afford a ring. They always wanted a nice ring to show off, to their family. Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it? But I mean, I obviously couldn't relate to it. But she says like, no, like a lot of her girlfriends and stuff talk about how like they didn't want to get married, and they wanted to wait to get engaged because they couldn't afford a ring. I'm like, man, if y'all don't go ahead and get engaged, bro, and then get the ring,
Exactly. Like you seen those posts where they have like the smallest, I'm talking about real thin ring, and they're like, your man proposed to you with this, what you doing? Like, bruh,
And
like why that even gotta be a question? Like,
exactly.
you don't even know what he might be saving up for. He just wants to go ahead and do it because it's how he feels right now. Like, I don't get it. Like,
go ahead and buy her that ring.
A little bit, Tobias.
Go ahead and buy her that Forrest Gump ring pod.
That leads to kind of my point, Malin. Well, communication is always the biggest thing for me. But in any relationship, not just like a dating one, but like actually liking the person, I think is a big deal. Because it's like you just said, if someone asks you to marry them, and you say, and they give a ring that you don't like, and you say no because of that reason, that means you didn't really like that person anyway.
Not at all.
Yeah. And so I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Do you like this person? Like, do you like being around this person? Are you happy when, especially at that stage, because that's technically kind of still the honeymoon phase. Like, are you, obviously everybody needs their time alone sometimes, but like, are you happier when you're alone, or are you happier when you're with that person? It's like,
boy, preaching.
I think that's what it kind of comes down. All of it comes down to, like, because if you like that person, you're going to find a way to, communication won't be an issue, especially if you know that person values communication a lot, and you like that person. You're going to try to work on, if you're not a good communicator, you're at least going to try to work on being a better communicator, or whatever the case may be. And so, and that's like the same thing with like time. Because I noticed that about myself too. Is like, especially when I was in school, when I was doing school and working, my time was very limited. But if I liked the person, I would make time for that person. If I didn't, then it would show that I wasn't really trying to make time for that person. Or I wasn't trying hard to make time for that person. But like, I think that's what it comes down to. Do you actually like the person or not?
You guys are beautiful.
I think
Jalen, you gotta go, and I'm gonna stir the pot after you go.
All right. Well, I'm glad that I'm going last, because I think personally, number one is communication. But to make it different from everybody, I think this kind of sums up what everybody's saying. I think number one is communication, because like Reek said, like that transcends any relationship you have. But I think this also goes into what we're all saying. People really don't know themselves. I think that we spend time saying what we like or what we want. That can be based off like what we see from our parents or what we see on social media. But like, if you don't actually take the time to actually know what feels good in like your heart and your soul, you're not going to know how to communicate to somebody what you need to make it feel good in your heart and your soul. I think everybody's just like one ball of like trauma and hurt, and nobody wants to deal with it. And so they just put it on somebody. And then once it gets too hard, they're like, nah, I don't want to do this. And then they go to the next person, then they go to the next person, then they go to the next person. And nobody wants to just sit around and like, nobody wants to date themselves, if I'm going to put it like that. Like, if you don't know who you are, how are you going to tell somebody what you like, what you need? Because what you really need and what you really want is going to come out in those dark times. And if you can't handle that, like if you can't get there with somebody to the trust point, then like you really don't have anything to like fall back on.
I want to start a pot with y'all. We've been too sane and civil right now. It's usually y'all kind of wild. But in order to, I guess, avoid.
Can I cuss?
No.
I'm sorry.
In order to avoid these failed relationships, you guys
trust
you have to
God,
see
man.
something in advance. Give me what are y'all's red flags? I guess what it doesn't have to directly relate to what we're just talking about. But what is y'all's red flag? It can be weird, crazy. What is it?
My 2 red flags are selfishness and like lack of accountability and lack of accountability and like being inconsiderate.
You don't want that.
What was the third one?
Being inconsiderate.
Mine is a weird one.
Go
My
ahead.
red flag is being obsessed with watching those reality TV shows. That is a red flag for me. You want to know why?
What does it signify?
Drama based. It's drama based. I'm telling you, ain't nothing but drama. It means they always want to gossip and no drama. That is a red flag for me. I'm sorry.
You never met a girl who likes those shows and is not drama based?
I can see that.
But I've talking about obsessed. Like they be watching and they down. Like
if you're talking to a girl who's obsessed with anything,
yes.
That's a red
They
flag.
be tweeting about it and stuff. No, yes, I admit.
Based on your answer, it sounds like you want us to answer physical ways, physical red flags, not necessarily like inside.
Yeah. They make it a little bit.
I'm saying we're gonna get blocked.
Say it. What is your red flag? Say it.
I'm not saying that. This is a Christian podcast.
Oh,
Say it.
no, never mind. You about to say something?
You want to start some pot? I'll turn the pot over.
Oh man,
I want to hear it though. I ain't gonna lie. I want to hear it.
My like physical red flag is smoking cigarettes.
Oh God, that's not even a red flag. That's a deal breaker.
That's just
like, get out of here.
I wouldn't be able to. I just can't do it. I can't.
6 is kind of crazy.
Hey, you don't like them raspy voices? Like, it is sugar.
You ever been? I know it's probably people at y'all's jobs that still smoke. Like you ever walk in the office, just walk by. I'm like, I just
That
can't
elevator. You know that elevator, Reek. After Monica get back, it's right.
Oh, saying her name is crazy.
That is crazy.
Hey, shout out to Big M though, man.
You used to work there. I don't work there no more.
I'll go. My red flag is going out all the time, and not even necessarily just like the bars or going to drink. Just always wanting to go somewhere and
that means you born.
it's like you can't like why you can't be home, like we can't chill at the house. There's not like you always have to go somewhere. You always always complain about being bored. Like you can't spend time alone, or you can't spend quality time in the house. Like what's wrong?
To go on the back of that, if you don't have a hobby, I can't go.
If you don't have a what?
A hobby, like people would like.
That's a
like
good.
If you don't have a hobby or like have an interest to where like you don't need to be behind me all the time. No, it's never.
Bro, that's
it's never gonna work.
Exactly. Like I want you to have stuff going on that doesn't involve me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not no motion.
Like all you want to do is come over here. All you want to do is go out here. All you want to like no. Tell me you busy.
You're not supposed to be somebody else's life crutch as a partner.
Right.
You know, you should be lifting each other up. I shouldn't have to be pulling you up all the time and holding you up all the time. It should be go both ways.
They'd be broke,
I
bro.
love somebody.
I see. I ain't want to put it that way.
Hey, no, Jalen got some stuff to get off his chest right now.
That'd be dirt poor. Sorry. All right.
I love somebody with a goal, like a goal, whether it's long term or short term, but like some type of goal.
Some ambition.
Even if like because I'm a servant. I've always been that way. I kind of grew up that way, helping people. So like one of the things I love to do is like help people achieve their goals in any way that I can. So like especially if you ask me to help you do something. So like if you are trying to start a business or whatever the case may be, or you're just trying to do something, or like what Jalen said, that hobby, but you're trying to make that hobby into something more than just a hobby. I would love to like help you be a part of whatever you got going on. Like I just love a woman with a goal, or hopefully multiple goals, but like a goal, not just like something, not just like when I and like I'm trying to think of an example of like a woman without a goal. Just kind of just going to work every day.
Going to work and going to sleep.
Yeah.
You want them influential woman, boy. Okay.
Nah, just somebody who's going somewhere. Like that's all it
Yeah,
comes
like
down to.
what do you
have somewhere to go.
Yeah, like what is your next step in life? That before I came around, what was your next step? Like I'm not talking about like getting married and
Looking for you.
stuff. Like what was your next step?
I'm looking for you. That was funny. Jamie,
Like
was
if you were single, what would be your next step? Is what I want to know.
What would you do without me?
that said the world stop without you. What you gonna say, man?
You're her world, Reek, bro. Come on, just lock in.
Jamie, what's your red flag? Even though you're married now.
I don't know because I haven't had.
What's EJ's red flags?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Where he at? Yeah.
Listen to this podcast, I'll tell you.
Where his red flag?
He walks on his toes. That's his red.
Doesn't anymore.
He doesn't for real.
He has fixed that.
Man, we're jumping at the gym for no reason.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I used to walk on my toes too. I got tired of creasing my shoes though, so I fixed it.
Oh,
It
bully.
must be a baseball thing.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I
Actually.
think it
I'm not
might
going
be
to
a
tell you
baseball
what
thing.
it
I can
really
see that.
is. I'm not going to tell you what it really is.
We want to know.
That's like a developmental delay. It's like a sign of a lot of developmental, like he obviously doesn't have it, but like cerebral palsy and stuff, like that's a thing.
Dang,
So-
man, she ragging on you right now.
No, I'm not. Like you guys obviously don't have it. I
She a
think he
doctor.
has chronically.
Obviously.
Hey, man, she getting on you right now, bro.
No, I'm not. Elijah did. Anyway,
She's a doctor, man. She knows what she's talking about.
I don't know what my red flags are because I haven't really had to date in so long. If someone,
perfect.
Hmm?
Y'all were supposed to keep talking, bro. There was too much air behind it.
Everybody got
if you
quiet.
paid me, just say it.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Love bombing is definitely a red flag, but I fall for it every time, so I can't. Like,
There's nothing
what,
wrong with
what
love
do you mean
bombing.
by that?
it depends. I don't know. Like when someone is just overly, like we
You
haven't
know what
even,
love bombing is. Like,
like
it just seems like you're acting.
like you're just blowing up my phone all the time, like these long paragraphs and emojis, and like we started talking 2 days ago.
You're not a
Come
real
on,
lover.
At some
That's
point,
what
it start turning.
That's when you run into a man that ain't never had no baddie. That's all that. That's all that is.
Hey, man.
I'm
got
just
no
being honest,
motion.
bro. You try everything to make sure she like you, and she's like,
Honestly,
That
if
go
you
back
want
what
me to
Derek
be
said.
for
If she,
real,
if,
a red flag for me, and this is just on lots of trauma, and we'll talk about this off camera. We won't, but that's okay. If you're too nice, it's disgusting.
we got her. We got her. We got her.
"Hey, man, hold on."
Men,
All right.
men
Oh, wait,
worry
no,
about
hold
you,
you
bro.
now. We did it. We struck a
You
nerve.
kind
Hold
of
on.
hit me with that one a little bit. What you mean by too nice?
They don't
Yeah.
like. Never mind.
I don't know how to say it. Like you got to be a little bit of a douchebag.
I don't like toxicity. Oh, that's
Girls
all
like-
you
y'all.
like toxic people, Jay.
Oh,
like
all
Douchebags.
of y'all.
Proven. We like it. If you're too nice all the time, ugh, you're boring me. I hate it. You
We got her.
gotta go. You gotta
TikTok
go.
gonna have a day or field day with this one.
I really hope. I
And
really
you have
hope
all them men in the basement, boy. They gonna
She's
be crying.
literally not lying.
No, it's true. I have literally stopped talking to somebody before because they were too nice and it was boring me. Like, what are we doing here? Just like y'all like the chase, apparently so do we, because like, ugh.
I don't like chasing
I'm about
nothing.
to say, what
'Cause
you
if I'm
talking
chasing
about?
it, that means it's running away.
Oh,
Now,
But I mean, though, like, y'all don't want us. You want to have a little bit of a challenge. A little,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, obviously, like if she like you more than you like her, it ain't. I see what you mean.
it's
But
important in a relationship to have like a balance, a power balance. Like, I don't know. I don't want you to, I don't know. I don't want to be the one that likes you more than you like me, but like, it can't be way the other way around either, because then, ugh.
you don't want nobody worshiping the ground you walk on.
I mean,
There's
I
a way
do,
to there's a way to
but in
worship.
a toxic way. You got to do it in a toxic way. You need to like offend me a little bit. Some of the
All you got to do is show her that you can still get something.
Hey, yo,
that's
No.
really it.
That's what it is.
No.
That's
All right.
really it. They say, hey, they see you got something else going on. Yup.
Yeah, they ain't gonna play with you like that no more.
y'all like toxicity. That's what y'all like. Oh, I like toxicity.
I don't like toxicity. I'm in a very healthy, happy relationship.
After years, I bet at first.
After years, after years, we have.
Another red flag I have too, and it's like this is also not just dating relationship wise, but and just anything. I don't like when people try to out struggle you. That is that
Oh,
annoys me
Literally,
so- that annoys
literally
me so much.
I already know who we talking about.
God.
at them.
Who you do?
We
who
go
you-
at them. We'll just
Anybody.
deal with them.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm dead.
Are you projecting on me?
No, I'm not
That's-
projecting. I ain't got no problem with the person, but I remember you used to tell me all the time. Because that person, anytime Reek would come into class, he'd be like, "Yeah, man, I was up till like 11 o'clock last night, doing the model." He's like, "Oh yeah, man, I was up all night at my house. I got glue stuck in between my fingers. I cut myself my X-Acto blade."
Oh, you talking about Melissa?
No, not Melissa. No.
Oh, she did that one time. I don't know who you talking about then. But yeah, I don't like that at all. Like because it's like nobody cares. I said my one thing to you because I just need to get it off. And I was trying to vent, but you coming back and like, oh, well, you didn't. Well, this is what I did. Okay, all right, bro.
Congratulations. I don't care. I'm talking
I
about
got-
me.
I think that also works in the opposite way too. Like, don't try to like outshine me either.
Correct. I was about to say that too.
Well, that's just being humble.
Yeah, I don't care about that. You.
Oh, you gonna care if that ever happened to you? You're gonna be like, oh, nah. Someone that's trying to like diminish your light to make them shine more is like, especially like somebody you're trying to be romantic with. Why are you doing that?
Oh yeah,
Nah, cause I'm gonna start going back at her with all my stuff.
Like like let's go band for band then. That you are.
Especially if I know her well enough to know her traumas, I'm gonna start hitting some of them.
Oh,
See,
Reek
but
toxic
she'll
is
like
real.
that. She'll like that. So I'm telling
No,
you.
she's going to hit me. You get beat up.
Yeah, I was never homeless.
Oh, that'd be great. Nah, that'd be great. She gonna hate you after that. She ain't ever gonna talk to you again. Oh,
Yeah, that's a
never
bad
mind.
idea. Don't do that, guys.
Yo, funny man.
All right. We're gonna have to continue the red flag one again next time because I see we like that one. We have to clip that. We was on for a long time today, fellas. A long time, I think. It's like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yep, right at it.
An hour and a half. All right, let's wrap it up with our script show of the week. Again, before we say script show, I just want to tell you to like, subscribe, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter. It's still called Twitter, right? You still calling it Twitter, right?
Who's calling it X?
I'm not calling it X. We're calling it Twitter. His mama called him Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter. That's what it is. All right. Anyways, this comes from James 3:13, Amplified, said, "Who among you is wise and intelligent? Let him by his good conduct show his good deeds with gentleness and humility of true wisdom." And so it kind of ties in just what we talked about. Yeah. You smart and you wise, you don't have to show it off to everybody and stuff. Be meek, humble. You have to flex all the time. You have to flex your
Sometimes though, you gotta show off.
yeah,
Just
me.
like when Texas beat Michigan, you ain't gotta be humble all the time. It's good to celebrate.
What Kendrick Lamar say? Sometimes you gotta pop out.
I was about to just say be humble.
I
And
thought he
show
was humble.
That's too easy. You never heard of me?